Zdravo! Hello from Budva, Montenegro. My name is Denis Lifencev and this channel is about cross-cultural communication. As you understand, today I want to tell you about Montenegrin style of communication. I am glad to introduce my amazing guest speaker.
My Montenegrin colleague Borka is a great expert in communication. She has some fantastic cross-cultural experience living in 5 different countries. Currently, she is a national contact in Montenegro for the European Union Interreg program.
So, my traditional first question. How would you describe people from Montenegro in 3 words?
So 3 words to describe Montenegrins. Proud, passionate, and chilled.
What should we know about Montenegrin communication style?
If we talk about our communication style, you can see how passionate we are. We are always passionate about any topic we are involved in, and I like that about us. We are pretty much, I would say, even opinionated. We have strong opinions about just everything and anything. And at first we may come off as serious a bit, but we appreciate good humor, we have a great sense of humor, and we enjoy having a nice conversation. I would say we are very open in communication, both here, like in a domestic environment, and when we welcome someone from abroad. We are always interested in explaining things and informing about our country and our culture and history. I also believe that our communication style became more formal in past years or past decades than it used to be. But otherwise, when we get to know each other, we lose all formality, and we do not appreciate formality in some extreme extent. I really believe that we are people of South, and that we have the openness of our hearts that is recognized by all visitors who come to Montenegro. And I believe, and as far as I've heard, most of the experiences are such that they see us as people who are open and have a great sense of hospitality and friendliness to them.
What topics for a small talk with our partners or friends from Montenegro would you recommend?
The thing that we are mostly proud of are our beautiful mountains and the coastline, altogether geography of our country, which is absolutely amazing and gorgeous. But that's just also somehow part of our temperament, of our history and our culture.
What sensitive topics would you recommend to avoid in conversation?
Most definitely topics to avoid in conversation with Montenegrins are politics and religion. You don't want to go into that. As I mentioned before, we are passionate and we are opinionated, but we are extremely passionate about those things. We live in a country with turbulent political things going on, and it's been since we can remember, and we cannot take those topics lightly. But on the other hand, I also believe that we need to learn how to be tolerant, to accept differences, to respect differences, and don't get into, some kind of quarrels and stuff.
And my final question, what funny local words would you recommend to use to make our friends from Montenegro smile?
Some typical Montenegrin expressions that someone who is outside of Montenegro should learn and use them while visiting us are "Sjedi da sjedimo." It means, how should I translate it? Sit so that we'll sit. Sit for the sake of conversation. Sit down and let us have a nice time. That's the meaning of the phrase. I would find that cute if someone come to us and say "Sjedi da sjedimo." I think that's funny. And also expression "Vazda," which means like always. If someone if you do someone a favor and the person thanks you, you say Vazda, like always, I'll help you always. It says a lot about us actually when I think about it, yeah.
Hvala. Thank you very much, and thank you guys for watching my channel. Stay tuned. Bye.